of course. A bankman. In Italy was already a bankman years ago, maybe less than years ago. Mario Monti, it was also connected with the European Union organism.
Yeah. So, globalists. It's crazy, but everyone's getting it's like water and oil. It's like people who are like, no, you're insane. Yeah. I'm just gonna you guys are all, crazy. I'm gonna cling to what they're showing me because it's the only way I can process what's going on, and I have to believe them, because if I were to believe what you believe, my life would crumble. So then we have people that are like, it's like two buckets, and it's like separating. It's like water and oil. I don't know. It's strange. And it's almost like the more absurd things get, the more denial everyone else who is not awake is having. It's interesting to watch. And I don't judge them. They have to come to terms with it themselves, or never. They may not, they may just choose to be, how they're going to be. And that's okay. That's fine. But I turn into a cyborg, because I've zoomed out to the farthest point of what this is. And they want to separate us from our own divinity. That's what it is. They want us to be dumb animals that do what they say. And to do that, you got to divide people. You got to keep their inner, you have to keep them in a fear resonance. You have to keep them blind and not questioning anything. And they're they've been priming humanity to go along with this narrative for hundreds of years, for sure. And it's a cycle, the same thing happened in the Dark Ages, right before the Renaissance. And they would burn books, and no, you can't. And that's the same as deleting people nowadays, right? The modern day censorship. Nope, you can't have that information. It's false. It's insane.
The new Inquisition.
Yeah, but the more people,
the new Middle Age.
It is. And we're about to go into the Aquarian age, which is the new Renaissance. It is.
Yeah, and for me, yes. The divine timing has just arrived these days for a next step from Nadine Hamilton. She lives in Australia. She channels things. She's very, very, very interesting. I watched 2 of her Zoom meetings bought by my friend Roberta. She is following Nadine for months. And she asked me to listen to this, to watch this Zoom, because she doesn't know English or very little. And she these YouTubes haven't the subtitles, and she doesn't understand. And yes, it's a pity to not understand, because truly it's extremely new information. She's channeling, she's very young, Nadine, about 30 years old. And I'm intended to follow also this path with her together in the next period. It's very important. Practically, I saw also her Facebook page, website. I watched today. It's very interesting, and I have the sensation that this would help me in a very big jump.
Good.
She's working with symbols, with with she's channeling also a new way of using all the tools that we used in the old world, how she called it, body code, emotion code, etc., the beliefs, charts, etc., how to use them in order to not consume so much time for clearing in us, in the network. I'm at the first beginning, but it's very huge information, very good. And also I'm very, very much helped, besides this, I'm helped so much in understanding my nature, my energy, by human design, because I receive in the last 6-7 months sessions, distance sessions for human design. And I've, only thanks to human design, I've understood all my life rolling on of my life, why everything is very, very important. Also, this human design is channeled by a man 20-25 years ago. He started channeling this. Yes.
Cool.
Also, Chris Goog. In one coaching, he spoke with you about human design. Now I'm inside. It's hugely useful. The most useful for knowing ourselves. I believe, I feel, is the best, the most efficient system of understanding.
Good.
I'm very much helped. Yes.
Awesome. You know, also, I think you might like this. Hold on one second. I haven't read it yet, but
thank you.
I was called to get this book for myself, and then as I was ordering it, my guides told me to get one for my mom and one for my brother, one of my brothers. And I haven't read it yet, but when I was in Colorado, my mom said, "Oh my gosh, this book is incredible." She opened it and she had all of these lines circled and notes written. And I was like, wow. And it's talking about the scale of emotions, you know, and where things come from in our human patterning, why we don't feel at peace, what's the psychology, the anatomy of emotions, why we are in this survival programming that often is fearful, and how to get over it. And so it's called Letting Go, the pathway to surrender. And it's by David Hawkins.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'll type it here, because I think if that's what you're after in terms of digesting the why and the mechanics of humanity, so that you can go, oh, I get it. This book will be huge, because at some point,
thank you so much.
You're welcome. You can understand. So the first step is understanding, then you transcend it because you have so much compassion for yourself and others, and then you don't have to have this confusion anymore around, why am I here? What's the point? Who, you know, where did this come from? How am I feeling about this, and why? And you sort of surrender. So I'll put the name. It's called Letting Go, and the
I found
pathway of surrender. And I haven't read any of it yet. I haven't even opened it. It's totally, I haven't even opened it yet. But my mom was like, "Oh my So
I have
like it.
so many. I have so many books, so many books waiting for me. But yes, I've learned to test, which is priority for me.
Yeah.
Because the books or read anything else, I'm testing. Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting. No, I'm glad that human design has helped you. I do remember when Chris said that.
Oh yes.
And I thought, sounds interesting, makes sense. I don't have time. Maybe someday. Oh, well. So, how are you doing with your Bliss Biz? Where are you at? And are you, you know, how's things? Have you watched Elixir 3 about the silver spoon and how to, you know, all of this is more reframing and reiteration for you. But I feel like we've gone so much further into how to do everything than we ever did in the first Vishuddhas by far. You know, it's sort of like 6 programs in one now. It took 6 months to go through a little piece of it, which was Vishuddha talks. And now we're going into all of it. And so it can be overwhelming. But how are you doing? Are you at least listening? I know you may not be doing anything, but that's okay. As you know, you got to have all of the pieces before you actuate. So anyway, let me know.
Thank you.
Let me know how you're doing.
I'm doing better than the last time during Vishuddha. Yes, even if I'm still on more paths simultaneously, so that slows my rhythm. Still still working this in me, this slowing down by doing more things simultaneously. But I'm this time I'm happy that I'm doing things that I feel that truly help me simultaneously with working with little baby steps on this Bliss Biz. Now I feel that practically I have this, I feel it. Your method is helping me in automation of my work and in spending much less time after the first time when we do everything, which is the longest. And it's combined very, very well with the other things that are happening in my life now. Even if let's say the most difficult part is that the most I jump into this doing the steps to the 5 dimension. I say the more difficult is for who stays near me, of course. Even if I work with a code and with a body code also for him, for my husband, but he's feeling me less sweet, more separated. Sometimes he's saying this besides his accentuated feeling alone, but that's not since ever, since his childhood, an old issue. And but I know I'm helped so much by the human design in staying in my energy and trusting in my path, even if this is with not everyday understanding of what I'm doing from the part of my husband. But I know I'm on the good way. And perhaps, I think, he will keep the rhythm in time. Keep the rhythm with me, even in a very different way. He's not oriented to being a light worker, but anyway, he's doing steps to evolution. And regarding what I've done, I watched the 6 doses, no, only the videos, not the handouts of Elixir 3 already two weeks ago. What I've done concretely, I've created my Facebook page group. As for the moment, it's called, but I feel I will slightly change it. Is that the name is Assert Your Soul Belongingness.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And yeah, if I can share my screen after, I will show you. And also, I've done steps forward, good steps toward the finishing my ebook. I've changed completely the content and the title of the ebook since the last time.
Yeah.
Public speaking would be very good in a future when I will be more automated. But what I truly feel now, finally, eventually, after such a long changing in the last years of which is my medicine, now I've understood that is this need of keeping up appearances for maintaining control, being too much in my mind, needing letting go, the surrender of this control. And the book of David Hawkins surely will be awesome for me.
I can't wait. And you know, the whole belongingness, it's so important right now because a lot of people in the fear are feeling like something's wrong with the world or something's wrong with me or both. And so again, it's that the polarity, the I want to say the evil ones, but you know what's evil, you know, because they believe what they're doing is noble. They want to depopulate the globe so that there's enough air and, you know, we don't destroy the planet. Who cares if that means killing people? But you see what I mean? Like they're still thinking that what they're doing is noble. And so fine. But either way, what their tactic is fear. And the fear is this feeling that something's wrong. And the source of that is not feeling like you belong. And that's why they've separated us, told us we can't meet, told us we can't worship, told us we have to wear a mask so no one can visually see your emotions. We're all, you know, when you go to the store and people are like this, you can't tell if they're going like this or if they're going like this. Like, it's just this weird, I was watching this baby. Where were we? Somewhere. And I was fascinated because we all had masks on, all of the adults. And this baby, it was in the airport. I was like, why was I wearing a mask? Because I usually don't wear a mask. We were in the airport. We were about to get on the plane. And this little baby could barely, you know, he could barely sit up. And he's looking around at everyone's faces because that's what they do. They want to see what's happening and they want to see how you're reacting. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you mad? And all he was getting was these, you know, weird things on people's faces. And you could see he's looking, going, holy cow, like, what is this? And I'm thinking to myself, I just want to pull down my mask and be like, hello, you know, I want him to feel like he belongs, that it's that we are in a united communication. So I feel like anything you can do to communicate, even in 5 pages, the value of belonging and feeling like you belong in the world right now, even though the world is in chaos. Accept your soul belongingness. We're in a broader tribe than ourselves, and to expand past ourselves, to take that love that's available even in this chaos. And gosh, if you could come up with 5 steps to do that, or a few that you've seen from these other places that you're looking towards, books and processes and things, and just use that as like, hey, we'll just do a an ebook once you get the ball rolling. As I was saying to I think it was Efrat, and she was commenting, actually, she brought up that you can just be an ebook person forever. You can just do a series of 4 or 5 page documents and copy and paste the same page registration and process again and again, and change the imagery slightly. And you could have a very lucrative business doing that. You don't have to feel like, oh, now we're doing master classes, so I have to get on the masterclass bandwagon, and if I don't, then somehow I'm not doing my Bliss Biz. No, you could take and run the portal product all day long and be just fine. So the rest is sort of gravy. It's potential once you decide that maybe you want to do that, and maybe you never decide you want to do that. But either way, I just want to empower you to know that go for it and launch it, and keep doing those activities inside Facebook. I wish we had a different platform. We just don't. Nothing is as good. I had installed MeWe, and I'm never on there. It's a weird, it's clunky. There's no way to, the group functionality is awful. The way you see messages and what happens, I just don't like it at all. And so I'm hoping Facebook just gets restructured and integrated and upgraded in the new world. But in the meantime, it's important to be there, because this is where the people, we've got to balance out the information that's being given on Facebook, because right now it's so slanted one way that anyone who's on there needs to hear what you have to say, what I have to say, because it's become this sort of toxic place to be. So anyway, reach out to people, go to where you think they would be when they're feeling, down and out and like they're separate or there's no hope, and start posting little things. If you have a thought, go turn it into into a quick little post. They have the little backgrounds, it doesn't have to be a long thing. You don't even have to go on Canva. Just start projecting out the information that is aligned with the message you want to give, which is acceptance and belonging and all of that. Because over time you'll get more people who are interested.
Yes, I know. I've seen also the others, especially Mari. He's extremely active and so beautiful things.
Yeah.
He's doing so well. Also with the graphical part in his ebook, he's gorgeous.
I know, it's really impressive.
Right.
And same with Efrat and Dagmar. They're just really going after it. And it's fascinating to see the progress in such a short amount of time. And,
exactly.
if they're intriguing, if it's intriguing, you're going to get a lot of interest. So, belongingness evokes some sort of membership, some sort of tribal component, which is really a unique opportunity for you to take people in and make it a place of sacred communion with each other. And so I love the feeling of it. in fact, I think it's much better than how to overcome public speaking. That will come later. This is very, this feels much more relevant and on pulse with what's happening now, which is what's needed. So whatever you can do to nurture your tribe, build your tribe, write an ebook, get it out there from start to finish so that you can do another and another and another and another. And, you know, then you're like, you've built that structure, that interest. People have heard of what you're doing, and less is more. It's so ironic that we don't have to do these big, you know, as you said, you buy books and you don't read them, but if they're only a few pages, you do. You're like, oh yeah, I can read this. And then you're like, oh, wow. You know, it can even be this, this way that you deliver. So here's a thought that just came to me, which I was doing for a while and then I stopped, but I do have a whole book. What was that called? I'm going to just actually, it's so funny. I go from things to things to things. Let's see here. For Joy and Genius, for Joy and Genius. Yes. For Joy and Genius, what I did was, I'm going to just open up this book. It's 90 days for Joy and Genius, creating flow and joy that gives rise to your potent purpose. And I haven't even finished this book. I sort of stopped. It's 207 pages already. I should probably finish it. But here's the thing. What I did was it was the framer, remember? I think you were on that journey with me. So it's basics.
Yes,
so it's like, here's the importance of a few things. But the point is, they're called framers and they're daily framers. And so what happens is, if you find a way to give your message in small doses, look, it's only this, and this, that's it. And it could even be less. It could be 1 page. And mind you, this is a small page. And if you say, you know, this is all going to be in my book of surrender, or whatever you want to call it, the soul's belonging. And you know, do these small little tidbits and keep them in a document, but post them, right? Post them. Over time, you collect them all, and then you have a book. Like this has 90 framers. Right. And it's, you know, and then guess what? People can take it out and follow it for 90 days. So my book is about, you know, creating flow and joy that evokes your potent purpose through that flow and joy. But yours could be 90 days for deep belonging, or to, you know, whatever you call it, about belonging.
Right idea.
And you just do small little things that you find, that you see, that you translate. And over time, it could even be 30 days. But either way, you have content that you put out, but you also combine it into a book. I really need to finish this. I had forgotten I started it. Isn't that crazy that I forgot I started it? And I think I have it all done. I just have to put it in. Yeah, I'm at Framer 48 and I have 90 of them. I should probably finish that, huh? Oh, but anyway.
They were great. I have it remained in me that they were great. It was truly useful insights by listening them.
Yeah.
When you did day by day.
Awesome. Well, thanks. And little nuggets, I think are so much more effective than overwhelming people with a lot of information at once, you know? So.
Yes. So important to, excuse me, I want to put on air. Okay, airplane.
I know,
Okay.
mine just buzzed too. I was like, oh.
No, it's mine 2 times already. Now it's closed. I would like to share with you or how to do, because I would like to, if you can, help me in finding, using good fonts, because after having created a Facebook cover, finally, in a raw way, and then the graphic designer of my husband did the final work, of good quality. My husband said, anyway, I'm paying him, he can do also this for you. Okay, let's do a Facebook cover of good quality. But when I was to add the after his work, to add the title, because this is changing sometimes, the title, and I have to keep it modifiable. I wasn't able to find the beautiful fonts as we used to find in the past. Beautiful fonts, I don't know, in Google, or what that was. I don't know, it's possible to import beautiful fonts in Canva or no? Okay.
No, that's where they get you to, here, I'll share my screen. They want you to, as with anything, there's a free version and there's a paid version. And on Canva, especially, they want you to pay for the beauty.
Yeah.
Right? So they give you free photos and they give you free fonts. But if you really want the fonts that are awesome, you've got to pay for it. You have to upgrade. So you can, if you, I'm going to just look here to, anything. I'm going to go in there for you, show you. But when you add text, right, it'll show you the fonts that are available. And you can upload a font. See here, it says upload font, but you have to become a Premier, a paid user, essentially. So yes,
but no, the thing is that you cannot see the font before, truly see the font put on the image before buying it. So I don't know what I buy. I cannot buy because I don't know what I buy.
Exactly. So I think to get around that, you can look at, let's say you're like, I think I like League Spartan, but I'm not sure. You can go to dafont.com. And see if the font is there. And let me just see. What was it? League Spartan? L. Oh, there's tons. Let me see. League Spartan. It may not be in there, but no, it's not. Yeah, I mean, I wish they had in Canva a way to put in sample text, because like on dafont.com, you can put in sample text so you can see what it looks like, you know? For example, see, because you don't know what any of this looks like, but you can put in, where is the sample text? Well, let's just go to cartoon. Here it is. So where it says preview, you can say, you know, belonging. Let's just say that was the word you wanted to see. And when you press enter, it will change all of the fonts to that word, belonging. So now you can go, oh, I actually like, you know, none of these, but you'll be able to see what they look like. And they don't do that on Canva. So that's DeFont. It gives you preview text. I wish they had that here. It would be helpful. They don't. So you would have to have a premium membership, upload the font that you want, and then mess around with it. But to your point, at that point, you've already bought it. So like all of these, you know, yeah. So, yeah, not very good news, but that's the news. Yeah. So, but you know,
no problem.
fonts are funny because they do matter, but not as much as everyone thinks. I used to get really particular about my fonts, and nowadays I just sort of let that aspect go. If there's a look that you really love inside of your logo or a tagline, you can always make it an image, and you can always insert that image again and again. If it's something that you want to like make an icon of your brand. That's why they have logos, because logos are really just fancy fonts that are, you know, not a lot, or an image, like a symbol. And you could just make that an image instead of the text, right? I think the important thing is if you want to go with the look and feel versus the actual font. So if you're going to go with the hand-drawn look versus the, you know, serif or non-serif, you know, sans serif, I guess they call it. So serif means like the fancy little curls, and then the sans serif means there's no serif, which means it's just like this, like the League Spartan. That would be sans serif, whereas XR, extra bold, is serif. But anyway, I hope that answers your question. It probably didn't. I don't know.
That's it. Yes, you've answered. Yes, at least I know the answer. It's very important.
Yeah.
I've sent you via email because I haven't. I couldn't share via chat. I've just sent you 2 images of my Facebook cover and of my logo, done by this guy, the graphic design.
Cool. Okay. Let's go see it. Can you see my page right now?
Yeah.
Ooh, I love it. That's so pretty. I see the image that we found. Oh, and I love the bird, the voice. That's so beautiful.
Nightingale. It's a nightingale.
What'd you say?
It's a nightingale.
I love nightingales. In fact,
yes.
What? Here's the thing. This morning I went out to let my dogs out, and I'm doing this new practice of optimizing my my elements internally through the external. So fire, water, earth, ether. Wow. And so I'm writing a quest for Vibe Life, which helps people to do all of it. But the ether aspect is the only element that keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. And it's not a percentage. Like water, there's only 72%, right? And fire, it's only 4%. It's never going to get bigger, right? So you work within those parameters, but ether just keeps growing. So with ether, I was going to consciously, in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening, acknowledge the expansion. So this morning, I came out, let my dog out, and I acknowledged the expansion. And as I look up, it was a flock of nightingales They weren't saying anything. They were soft and lots of them. And it was so beautiful. I was like, oh, and it was weird because if I wouldn't have looked up and gone like that, I would have never even seen them. They were so silent. They just went over. And I was like, oh, lovely. And usually they're very vocal. And so the fact that your imagery is a nightingale, woo! So awesome. Oh my goodness. What just happened?
I've searched so much images of birds because so many beautiful there are, but being so loud, being so with so high personality in asserting with her voice something, I haven't found another species of bird, only the nightingale.
Yes.
Oh, with the open.
And the nightingale is also
energetic, so energetic.
Adaptable, you know. And here's the weird thing too, this morning after that happened, I was walking in and I heard one of them had stopped and was there, and they did their whatever, something, and I did it back, and then they changed it. And so it's that mimicking, it's that back and forth, it's that playfulness. I love it. I love it.
Loving.
I also love the icon that I'm seeing here. The tree of life with the mandala, fractal chakra, lotus emerging. It's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. The blue is a little hard to see, but would have its place.
Yeah.
I like it. I would go with a more gray tone to the blue, just because it's in its current form. It's a little hard to visually see, but it's stunning. I love what he did. It's very beautiful, and I like how it's now behind that bird becomes your icon. Lovely.
Yeah. First step was that I've searched and decided which are my the branding colors. The branding colors are fuchsia, how is the name? American fuchsia, or magenta.
Yeah, magenta.
Turquoise.
Turquoise.
This color, which
turquoise
is
turquoise. Those are my two favorite colors. Absolutely, turquoise and fuchsia. Literally, those are my two favorite colors. Fuchsia. And you know, oh, my book's not in here, but my book cover is the green and the fuchsia, because that's the heart. But blue is my secret love. It's not so secret. My car is that color. If you ask my daughter, what's your mom's favorite color? She'd say turquoise. That blue, that's, so those are very appealing to me. And also the vibration of the, well, the blue is vibration of water and voice, but the fuchsia is the highest spectrum of color before it loops around again into red. So it's the highest vibration before it goes into red again on the scale of color. So no coincidence that you chose the voice, high voice, the expression of high voice visually. Good job.
Yes, thank you. These are the three colors: fuchsia, turquoise, yep, and the blue, dark blue, indigo, dark blue, indigo. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Gorgeous. Very good.
And only the unique thing that I have to add the writing. I have the writing on the Facebook page, but group, but on the cover, but it's not beautiful. The font is beautiful, but not enough. only this. I still have to add this. Probably I will ask the help of the graphic designer of my husband when I'll have finally the final name of the page. For the moment is assert your soul belongingness, but slightly, I feel it will change slightly.
Yeah. Keep in mind, you can only change the name of your group once every 30 days, but it's easy to do. So you can always change the name of your group. I've changed the name of my groups over time. With especially the Microdose Your Magic, it wasn't called that. And then I changed it. But just keep in mind, once you change it, you have to wait 30 days to change it again if you change it. So
thank you.
Just FYI.
Thank you.
But I love it. I love it.
Yeah, maybe assert maybe will change or maybe will stay, because anyway, assert is exactly what is doing the nightingale now. There.
It
asserting.
Yes.
She's asserting something.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And then I always like to look at definitions. Confidence, forceful, factual, truthful. It's a belief. It's a statement. It's upholding. You can defend it. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why I love words when you can go look at the root and, that adds value to whatever you're doing. Like the word memory, I absolutely adore with the work I'm doing with the water, because mem means water and ori means light. Memory means light water.
Wow.
Water and light. And it actually, it's going to be a major part of the technology, because water holds memory, and it holds memory through the light that you give it, both through your intention, your heart, and the physical sun. So when you structure the water, you're literally remembering your lightness. It's extraordinary how just a word gives you the actual technology. Anyway, sorry for that tangent.
Yeah, are gorgeous.
Yeah.
No, it's gorgeous. No, it's very, very interesting for me. I'm fascinated too so much. And I've also watched the 6 videos, the research on water that you shared. Very, 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 very useful for me.
Yes.
And also I'm how is in English? I'm feeling detoxification symptoms, and I'm very glad.
Oh yeah.
For example, in the joints, I feel more intense the inflammation, and I've muscle tested, and it's the reason. The structure, the increasing of the structured water inside of me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. And the more research I do, the more I understand. Most of us are extremely dehydrated. And the cells of our body are holding on to all the toxins because the fear of scarcity. If, we have to have water or we will shrivel and die. So we better hold on to our toxicity for fear of not being replaced. At least it's something, right? It's misery loves company. It's like we hold on to our victimhood and our pain because of its identity. And so when we actually get the hydration we need, the nutrients, when the water is structured to penetrate and fill us up, then we can let go of all the other stuff that we didn't need anymore. And it's such it's a metamorphosis. You transform your whole body. And you're going to feel headache, diarrhea, joint pain, whatever it is, as you're sorting through that release and the replacement into a structured, crystalline version of you. It's fascinating.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. I'm hoping that your work will be also towards what is happening with the glaciers, the melting glaciers.
Yes.
Because,
well, the water of the world is the blood of Gaia. And when glaciers melt, it's circulatory. It's based on where it is, what's happening, the polarity of things. Sometimes processes that seem detrimental are actually cycles that should happen, right? We don't know. I mean, we can say, well, if this happens, then this will happen, and that's not good. But also, it could be a natural progression and process for a higher good than we're aware of. And it's a purification. It's a circulatory thing. So yes, I'm going to be doing grid work on the water for sure. And I don't know, that just came through. I don't even know, there's more depth to it, but yeah, I'm excited to shift into water bending. That's my focus for 2021. I am actually probably not even going to do develop and deploy again next year. I'm moving into, this is my work and I'm doing this, and I'm going to do it, not do this and this and this and this and this. I'm water bending. That's what I'm doing. So I'm really excited about it, about the technology. So yeah.
I am too. So excited. I'm so happy for what you're doing. So happy.
Thank you.
And now it came to my mind that in my ebook, I've also installed a recipe, created and installed a recipe of Anahata codes for the readers. But I don't know where is the best to place, in which section of the ebook. In the frame their pain and solve it, strategies, tactics, maintenance, I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter wherever you want to put it. It will be good. I will show you where.
Okay.
In here, in the book that you like, I have the parable, the fish parable.
Oh yes.
And I put that right after like the background of science. So if you frame the pain and then you show them the solution and then you give them a parable or a recipe to integrate, it's probably more on the tactile side. If that helps you, you should probably put it somewhere after you've already given them context so that they go, oh, and this is applying that information. So it's more of a tactical thing, I would think.
Yeah, I thought the same, but as usual, I always doubt.
Oh, don't doubt.
I still have to.
You can doubt
to let
after
go,
you publish
to
it.
Surrender.
After you publish, you can doubt. That's what I was telling someone, I can't remember, the other day. Maybe it was Murray. Yeah, it was Murray. I was saying, if you love your product when you launch it, you've waited too long. There's got to be some things you would do differently as you go, because you just got to go. Otherwise, it's never going to be the same. Like
right.
you never got that ebook out that you did about your overcoming. You changed
Public
it.
speaking.
So now it's different. But you could have had that and this. You know what I mean? Like you could do both. And so it's more like creating and dishing and creating and dishing and changing fine and dishing and improving, but dish it. That's the point. You gotta dish it. Don't keep it and then change it and change it, because then no one gets that. You don't get to dose it out. So anyway.
Yes. It's so important to hurry up when I feel it, that is good for me, that I have the good energy for success with this mess into medicine. This is to do it, hurry up, because if not, afterwards, I don't relate anymore. You are right.
Yeah. And you'll reach those that need it now. Otherwise, you don't ever reach the people who needed it. And so that's a shame, you know? Anyway, I do need to go. I have Pat now. She's probably waiting for me. And then after that, I have a Vibe Life meeting. I have 3 hours of meetings, but luckily it's so fun, you know, I love it. And I loved being with you and seeing what you're up to and seeing your beautiful face and sharing the joy that you have for life and all the stuff you're up to. And I'm super proud of you. And I'll send you the replay.
Thank you.
And then, I'm really pleased that you're disengaging completely from the media and all of the fear, because there's so many people that are like absorbing it and it's affecting them. And this is where we are choosing, and we have to choose daily, and we have to create our own strength. This is we're getting on our superhero suits and walking our talk. And I love it. So thank you. Love you.
Oh, yes.
And
I love it. I love you.
I love you too. All right, my dear. We'll talk soon, okay?
Bye.
Bye for now.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Much love. Bye-bye.